Well, well. Guys, today is one of those days where we are going to remember exactly where we were as Vancouver Canucks fans. Because today is the day where the Vancouver Canucks went out and traded Quinn Hughes. Who is Quinn Hughes to us? A franchise player, one of the best defensemen, arguably one of the best. It's actually not arguably. He is the best defenseman in Vancouver Canucks history. He is our captain, and he's gone. And the people that deserve the blame for this would be the gambles they made in the offseason, the ownership, the management, especially the management right now. But I will. Don't worry, there's going to be lots of praise coming too, especially for the trade itself, the value. But it's a shitty day because Quinn Hughes is gone. Quinn Hughes is not a Vancouver Canuck anymore, and that's tough. Guys, all the people that are in here, we have a ton of people already. Thank you so much for hanging out and joining us on this kind of somber but kind of exciting day because it does symbolize the future of what is coming. And if you guys are a big fan of rebuilding, then you guys are going to be really happy. First of all, let's get the shout-outs out of the way. I see Sith is in here. Duo's in here. The Line Change. Macker Gold is in here. Louis the Logger is in here. Hello, guys. If you guys want to be a part of the show, go ahead. Drop the comments right now on YouTube. Like the video. Subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the season. That would be great. But let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Guys, I want to hear your opinions. Every single person watching, lurking, all you guys on Twitter and on YouTube, I want to see your guys' opinions. And by the way, your comments do go through on Twitter as well. So feel free to share your comments. Also, if you have any where you can share this video to your friends and people that are Canucks fans and want to just talk some hockey tonight, late night, go ahead. All right. Let's get this started. So let me just go through the comments right off the bat first. I'm early. This is Seth. Midnight for me. Yeah, man, it's pretty late, but you know, there's been just so much going on. It's I figured I had so much more to talk about. Sad day for us fans, losing Horvat, JT, Hughes, all painful. You know what? Horvat wanted to stay, so that one was kind of odd. JT one was kind of expected, right? It was either JT or PD. They went with JT. This one hurts because it's Quinn, man. Captain Quinn, our best player on the team. This one really hurts. This one hurts a lot. But we will talk about the value, and it is a big part of the equation. Let's be honest. Just saw someone post a picture of Quinn in his first game, back of the jersey. Ugh. The Line Changes here just finished a 5-hour stream dissecting Morning and talking about this. Well, let me extend that bad boy for you. Yeah, my voice is kind of shot too. Me and Canucks News Summaries actually just recorded a hit, and I'm going to post it either tomorrow morning, in the morning at like 6 a.m. or something, and I'll just schedule it, or I'm going to post it tonight. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that one out after. Louis the Logger is in here. It's happening. Very excited. The news was a gut punch at work because I had to hear it, not only from my friend, but he's not even a Canucks fan. He's a Calgary friend. Oh, at least he's not an Oiler friend. Worst lunch break ever. Will miss Hughes and Halla needed to... Wait. Will miss Hughes and Hall need... I don't know what you're trying to say there, Macker. Sorry. Zeev, they got a haul out of it. Oh, they needed to get a haul out of it. I think that's what you meant. Zeev looks like a player. Who is our captain now? So, right now, I figured, there it is. Will miss Hughes. The haul needs to pan out. Yeah, Zeev looks a player. Who is our captain now? We don't have a captain right now. And who's going to be our captain? We don't really know. Brock Besser is probably going to be the guy leading the charge, but I think they're not going to go with the captain for a bit. I think they're going to let this team grow for a year or two, and then we're going to get a new captain. But I don't think they're going to run with a captain right now. I think that would be the safe play as well. I think that's what most people are expecting, to be completely honest. Unreal that we're actually rebuilding. Yeah, man, I made a video on it. Just talking about how we are. It looks like we're rebuilding, right? Like, I know Jim Rutherford talked a little bit about the rebuild today. But like the press release. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, here's the press release right here. Let me read it out for you guys. We would like to thank Quinn for his time with the Vancouver Canucks, said Jim Rutherford. Quinn is a great player, a great person, and one of the greatest Canucks of all time. With the circumstances surrounding JT and now Quinn, we are fortunate to acquire these very good players from Minnesota. They'll be part of the rebuild that we are currently in, giving us a bright future moving forward. By the way, they will be key part of the rebuild. The R word, he used it. We've been begging for that for a long time. Well, a lot of people have been begging for that for a long time. The hockey club will continue to build talented young players using their blueprint to become a contender sooner rather than later. Like Jim, I would also like to thank Quinn for everything he's done in Vancouver, said Alvin. Quinn played hard, led by example, and did a lot of very good things for the Vancouver Canucks. Trading away a player of this caliber is never an easy decision to make, but it is one we had to do to make our team better. We are so excited to add a solid center in Marco, a good young blue liner in Zeev and Bulliam there, and a versatile forward in Liam. This year's draft is a strong one, so acquiring a first-round pick was also a big part of the deal. Now, the first-round pick is important if they keep it. If they flip it, they better flip it for someone good. And I mean good, I mean, sure, Kent Johnson or something in a package, I'll do it. But if it's not something significant like that, then don't even bother, right? I'm not saying that that's what it would take to get Kent. I'm just giving you an example, right? So that is the press release. I'm going to leave this up here while I go all back to the comments here. I have this crazy mock trade for Quinn. Oh, God. Well, that trade happened fast. Sure did, man. Out of nowhere, too, right? Like, Minnesota wasn't even rumored. I think if you bet the odds on, like, the field, I think it was like 20-1 or something. It's kind of crazy. But that's wild, man. Swervin Irvin is in here. What's up, man? Nice to have you in here, Swervin. Always a pleasure. Our new D-man looks promising. I hope he works out. Yeah, man. Well, a lot of people are very high on Zeev, right? People think he's going to be a hell of a player for us. And I can see that. I've done a little bit of research on him now, watched some of his highlights, talked to some people that knew him, read some stuff online. He seems to be like a pretty great young dynamic defenseman. And obviously, he's not going to be anything like Quinn Hughes, but he has a star type upside, and he's the best player for us in that package that we got in that deal. So that's really important to mention. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, if you guys are here, I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out, right? If you guys can leave a like on this video, it really does help out the channel. Drop your comments on the side. You guys can subscribe. And also, if you guys want to help support, there's members in here, the Green Font members, hanging out here. And you guys can also super chat if you guys want to feel pity on me today. Those are all obviously optional. Just hanging out here and talking Quinn is more than enough. All right. Sith says, at the end of the day, it's bittersweet, especially with the news that signals an official pseudo rebuild. Rutherford said a total rebuild would take 7 years. Take that as you will. I think it's going to be arguably 3 years. Some people say 2. I think it's going to be a 3-year rebuild. I think that's what they're looking for to do. And if that's the case, that's not bad. That's not bad. I would take a 3-year rebuild. You know what? Sure, the teardown thing would be great, but let's just take what we can get. Right? Hey, Tyler. Something all fans wanted. Not all, but there were a lot of fans that really wanted it. Vanquish. Have I seen you here before? If not, welcome. Nice to have you in here. Would you be mad if Rutherford flipped the Minnesota pick to the Islanders for Callum Ritchie? I don't want them to trade that pick unless you're getting someone that has incredible potential, like really high-end potential, right? So let me look up Callum Ritchie real quick. I do know of him, right? He's decent, right? He has 6 points, 22 games, 6'2", 200 pounds. You know, he was, I believe he was a first-round pick in the 25th or 26th, maybe 27th, something like that. But yeah, it's if that's the route you want to go, sure. But I just prefer just take the pick, man. Just take this draft. In my opinion, is really deep. I say just take the pick personally. All we fans do is ride lightning. Vanquish. Don't manifest such things. LMAO. Now, as for captains, I low-key think Hronek or Myers will be next. Myers is a very good, interesting name, but will he stick around? Like, right? That's an interesting one, right? Not for a few weeks, but I think them or Besser. Maybe Garland. Garland's an interesting choice, but I really do think it's going to be a little while before they select a captain. Garland for captain. Alvin insists that there's no culture problem. I don't know. I'm not in the dressing room. It's hard for me to say if there is a culture problem. There has been a lot of problems with the dressing room in the last few years. The JT Miller one is the obvious one. I think there must be something there. Like, how many times have they mentioned the whole JT rift and all the stuff before? Even Myers, I think, mentioned that there was something going on. Like, the culture is kind of, I want to say poisoned in Vancouver, but it's not great, right? And you need to reset. I think this is more of a reset more than anything. Brock Besser for captain. Yeah, very good choice. That's a very cute doodle. What a day. Yeah. It was a tough one, man. It was a tough one. I know in your video you said that you hope they don't flip the pick, but he's pretty adamant that he's keeping it unless we go back. Yes. So that is something Rutherford mentioned in that interview. He is, like, he did seem like he's going to keep the pick, but we just saw Quinn Hughes traded out of nowhere to the Minnesota Wild. Now, there were rumors he was going to get traded, but not this fast. Like, that was pretty unexpected. Rutherford, that is. Good like Marcus Pettersson. Well, it's actually interesting you mentioned that, because what are the Canucks going to do now when it comes to some of our veteran players? Now, the obvious thing is to go out and trade them all, but you have to keep some vets, right? And which vets are you going to keep around, right? DeBrusk is one I think keep around, just a great guy. Besser, keep around. I'm curious what's going to happen to Garland. Maybe Garland goes and says, man, hey, I want to go to a contending team, and they go out and trade him. Or maybe he says, man, I want to be a Canuck for life. Right? You're going to have those difficult conversations with these older players of ours. It's an absolute necessity. Will Sherwood go next? I think so. Yep, I think that's coming up next. I would like to see a first rounder or a couple of seconds for him. I think that would be fair. And Drew O'Connor. Yeah, very possible. Short. What's up, man? Just came from your video where you said Hughes was the best Canuck in history. Henrik Sedin hold that title. Hughes is the best defenseman. It's arguable if it's Bure, Henrik Sedin, or Quinn Hughes. It's or even Linden, some people think. It's tricky to choose. I need to process this longer before I give you a proper answer. But Henrik is in the running for sure between those guys. Sherman almost definitely goes next, especially if we get another pick. Even if it's a 2027, an almost deeper draft than this one. By the way, I'm going to put up a poll question right now for you guys to vote, okay? So the poll question is, do you like the Quinn Hughes trade? Just a simple yes or no, all right? It's up right now. You guys can go and vote on if this is a trade that you guys enjoyed or not. Let me know. I need to unpin that. There we go. And you guys can get your votes in. All right. I think we could have held off until the deadline if it was the best offer available. Yeah, but yes, but you're also risking injury. The Olympics is coming up as well. That's a very important thing in the equation, right? And maybe Wild just said, screw it, let's just do this now or never, right? And it's a pretty damn good deal, man. It's a pretty damn good deal. By the way, if you're looking at the screen right now, Vancouver Canucks U25 players, Marco Rossi, that's a 2C, 1C potential. Tom Willander, great defenseman. He's playing great so far. He has one, I think he's a 1D potential for sure. Lekkerimaki, top 6 forward potential, right? They're going to hear potential a lot. Braden Coots, could be a second-line center. Could he be a first-line center like Horvat? Possible, right? But, who knows? We have Zeev, Bia, and I need to see him more, but a lot of people are very high on him, right? Like, really high on him. So it would be interesting to see how he does. We have DPD. I'm really high on him. Hoglander, Medvedev's, top goalie. And then Holmgren, he's had a tough time in the NHL so far, but he was a first-round pick and quite recently. So You know, he said, Big Head Hockey here said, adding a top 5 pick, the Wild first, the Sherwood first, this rebuild could be good. Like, that's the key, man. Just grow the damn team. Right? I think people will be happy. They'll show up and want to watch these guys, I think. Truly. I just hope they shit the bed for the rest of the season and not go on a heater at the end of the season again. It's almost guaranteed we're going to go on a heater. Let's be honest there, Louis. You know what's going to happen. Is basically being raved about as being able to win the Norris in a few races. That would be lovely. I don't know if I would go that far. Hughes no less than the second most individually skilled Canucks player. Keep in mind, I said skilled. I'm not talking about awards or playoff success. One sec. Oh, buddy. All right. Double J8 on Twitter. Nice to have you in here, Double J8. Zeev and Willander on the blue line in the future for years is really exciting. Actually, both players will be pretty much hitting their primes together. Fuck, that's a great comment. Spot on. And you know what? The youth movement is on in Vancouver in a pretty significant way. Like, these aren't small pieces, guys. Like, we got a ton of value here. And obviously, we lost the best player in the world, or the best Canucks player of all time, arguably. The best Canucks defenseman of all time, not arguably. And the second best defensive in the league right now. And it sucks. We lost our captain, our franchise. But they did pretty good with the values there, in my opinion. We are literally the West Coast Sabres. Well, we don't know what we're going to be yet, okay? Let's not go say we're going to be the Sabres quite yet. We don't know yet. We need to throw Pierre Oliver Joseph in the trade next. It's either Myers or Besser next. Yeah, it's possible. That means the end of camp as our number 1 CS. But Rossi is hurt right now, unfortunately. He's on IRR. He's not going to come back until a little bit later on. So we'll know more about that soon. Who's our top D pairing now? I guess Hronek and Boyum, right? I would have to kind of go over the lines. Maybe we can kind of figure this out together in chat right now. That'd be great. Baines, Pierre, Sherwood, and Kane. Kane's going to get moved for sure. He's not going to get much, maybe a 5th rounder or something like that. Sherwood could get a couple of seconds. Pierre, who knows? Baines will probably get waived if he doesn't start picking it up. He did score recently, though, so that was nice. Probably, yep, exactly. Now, Camp's still going to be 1C until Rossi or Peter come back from injury. Yes, correct. Petey's still hurt as well. Just got home from her. Got to see your live What News today. It makes me feel better. Yeah, man, there was a lot. It was a crazy-ass day, man. Just a crazy-ass day. We had a lot of Wild fans on our stream. Oh, nice. Raving about who we got in return and saying we're going to go enjoy who we got. That's good to hear, man, because I would love to hear those opinions. If you have any Minnesota Wild fans in here, I would love to hear your guys' opinion on each of the players that we got for the Vancouver Canucks. Or if you're an expert on the Minnesota Wild players, feel free. Share. Oh, I agree with me, bro. Please. Shit is crazy. Yeah, it was. Quinn is the most skilled Canucks we ever had. Overall, best is Henrik. If we kept Bury, it would probably have been him. What I meant was, you said if I trade the first round pick, it better be someone good. Last year, they traded a thirst. No, but we were in a different situation completely last season. When you trade a guy like Quinn Hughes, you're literally telling the entire league that, and the fan base and everybody, hey, man, we're taking a massive step back. When you go for Marcus Pettersson, you're saying you're taking a step forward, right? No one likes losing Hughes. Of course not, man. It sucks. I like it in the sense that we can finally breathe and know what's going on. Yeah, that's a very good point. Instant reaction from seeing it at work as well. Could have got more better. What I got from my instant reaction from my close circles, and I have like pretty diehard Canucks fan circles, they're all raving about the trade. So it's curious. Where's the poll right now? What's it at right now? Let me see here. We have 15 votes right now. Get your votes in if you have not voted yet. If you're on Twitter, lurking, come on over to YouTube. Get your votes in here. We have yes right now at 53%. It's close to no at 47%. Maybe I should have put, do you like the value of the trade? Because, of course, you're not going to like the Quinn Hughes trade. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to make another poll, and I'm going to make it a little more clear. Do you like the value we got for the Quinn Hughes trade? All right, let's try that one. That makes a little more sense. Get your votes in. I don't know if you like it honestly. Rossi's been hurt since November. Already hurt team. We trade our best player for another hurt player. Hopefully he's going to be healthy soon. Coots with 2C potential, possibly. Yes, Rossi is hurt. Tyler, do you think the hometown fans are over at their parents, though? We used to think that Ben Hutton, Tyler Mott. I like Tyler Mott, man. I like Tyler Mott. I still like Tyler Mott. Yeah, Rossi is on IR. Yeah. How long till Rossi is healthy? Good question. Let me see if I can find that answer for you. Let me see. Just give me a sec here. It says day to day. I don't believe it. It does say day to day, though. He has not played since November 11 against the San Jose Sharks. I feel like the stuff with whatever happened with Miller last season was the final nail in the coffin with Hughes. The fact that he had their doubts a year and a half ago against the one division last year just drained him. Yeah, it's a fair comment, man. The thing about Quinn Hughes in general, man, when you have a player like that who's so good and then your team just continues to disappoint around him and the things we do disappoint around him as well, I'll be choked, man. I'll be choked too. I get it. I understand where Quinn's coming from. I'm not even mad at Quinn at all. I'm not. By the way, this is what we have analytically for Zeev. All right? Here now, time on ice. He's only played third pairing or time on ice. So that's going to skyrocket. There's some of the impact. I'm going to go into the Marco Rossi one. Very, very good. By the way, some people are really high. By the way, his cap hits $5 million for 3 years. He's signed until 2028, by the way. Really good offensive player. And he's gritty too, man. He goes in the gritty areas. So some people think he's more of a winger, though, but I think you can make him as a center. I think that'll be fine. By the way, analytics from Avery also heading to the Canucks are Zeev Buyam, Liam Holmgren, and a first-round pick. The sample size for both players are too small for my model to accurately rank them, but they're highly touted young talents. Young Pickler could develop into a first pair and potential elite defender in Vancouver. I'm going to leave the analytics up here for you guys to take a look at Liam, by the way. Olgrim is developing. He was Lekkermaki's teammate at one point, so there's chemistry there. Yes, he was. So I think Lekkermaki's going to be really happy about that. I think Abbotsford is going to get a shot in the arm, or maybe they're just going to put him on the Canucks and just let him roll. Screw it. They said Ross could play on Sunday. There you go. Wow. That's crazy. Roski's basically ready? Wow, that is great news. I did not know that. Okay. I don't remember, either Lex or Hogs would be fun. Hell yeah. Let's try it. Golf made easy. Nice to have you, man. Welcome, buddy. Real League 81. Nice to have you in here too. We need a top 3. Yeah, man. It's looking like we're gonna probably pick the top 5 or 6 unless the Canucks go on a run, which you know they will. This draft is stacked. The top 3 is insane. The top 6 is really good, and I think the depth overall. The problem is there's no real centers that are like the top guys in this draft. It's more wingers and a defenseman. So. If we get a top player, it's not going to be for a center, guys. We're going to be getting a winger, like a McKenna type, Stenberg, right? This is what we're looking at, right? If we draft 4 to 7, who do we take? Well, let me go to NHL Tankathon right now. All right, let's go with a rank for prospects ranking. So right now, Gavin McKenna is ranked number 1. Keaton is the right-handed defenseman. He's 6'4", 212 pounds, ranked number 2. Stenberg, left winger / right winger. He's 6 foot. He is ranked number 3. Tynan Lawrence, 6 foot center, is ranked number 4 right now. Ethan Belts, I can't pronounce that. It's tough. He's a left winger, 6'5", 227 pound monster from Windsor, left winger. He's ranked number 5. Chase Reed is ranked number 6th. He's a 6'2", 187 defenseman. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. Obviously, there's going to be people that are going to be moving up and down, right? Thoughts on Mancini? I like Mancini. I would like to see more. He just needs to be healthy, right? More than anything, he just needs to be healthy. I'd like to see when he's healthy. I can give you a better opinion on him because right now, like, he skates well. He does pretty good defensively, but like we need more. Like, we need to see him more. Like, he just needs to stay healthy, right? He looked good in Abbey. And when he did play in the NHL this year, I thought he was pretty good. We need size still. I agree. Size is important. I know some people say it's not important. It is. It's very important still. I know Rossi's a smaller guy, but still, we could get some more size, help out. And there's some size in this draft, by the way. Kind of on Petey's wing would go crazy, wouldn't it? I hope Quinn as a person all the best, but as a hockey player, I hope he gets exposed. Oh, that's where we're at right now, Short. That's funny. There more. Who wants to come here long term? Nobody right now, unless we overpay them, right? We have Hronek and Marcus or Hronek. Buyam and Hronek or Marcus and Buyam. If they want to go familiarity, they can go Marcus and Hronek. If they want to try to do something more high-end, you can do it the other way. So for the next dig, we're looking at a blue line of Hronek, DP, Willander, Mancini. Doesn't that look nice? And Buyam, right? Don't forget about him. Big part. We're top pairing. I like that. There it is. You guys are right. A lot of Wild fans I saw on the subreddit was more disappointed losing Buyam than they were excited about getting Hughes. That says a lot, man. It really does say a lot. It really, truly does say quite a bit. The Wild had the best offer of the 6 we received. That's Rutherford. That's what he mentioned. Now you can choose to believe him or not, but I believe him. It's a pretty damn big package, so it makes sense. Is he already a top pair D? No. He needs time to develop, but he has a lot of upside. Apparently Rossi was gearing up to play. Fuck. Great news. He's been a top pairing in Minnesota. Have seen news posts saying Rossi might play on Sunday before the trade. Wow. We're going to shoots left, so we'll probably see our new number 1 with Hronek. DPD has played with him a good amount too. That's really nice to hear, man. That can't even get in Adams' lineup. Leck will be fine, man. He'll find his way on the main roster. I have no doubt. Do you guys think Besser or Demko regret signing? Man, that's up to them to find out. By the way, Musik, what's going on, man? Nice to see you here. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome. And all the new people in here. There's a ton of people. Ton. If you guys want to be a part of this awesome community we built here, this really positive Canucks community, subscribe, man. Help us get to that 1,000 before the end of the season. That'll be amazing if you guys can join in. Do they regret signing? I think there's going to be some veterans that are regret being on the team. I don't know. It really depends, what they really want. If it's a family thing, I think they'll be fine with it. They know it's going to be a 2-3 year rebuild. Their Canucks are not going to do a full 5 year, 7 year takedown. So by the end of their contracts, they'll at least have some competitive games, right? Demko maybe more than Besser, I would think. Ethan, easy. Best center in the draft is Tynan Lawrence. What's his major? Because I haven't done a big draft special yet. I'm gonna try to get either Cam Robinson on here, maybe. I'm gonna try to get try in here to talk some prospects. I think that we should get that done soon. Now I think that's something that people are gonna be really curious about. Thanks. I remember hearing that Hughes and someone else met with Miller for dinner when the Canucks played in the Rangers. I think that was a little concerning. Yeah, I don't remember too much about that, to be completely honest. Van is the Sweden of NA. Lots of players do want to come, just not the U.S.-born ones. He's top 4 with top pair upside. Oh, his upside for sure is near the top. Lots of Wild fans were saying they overpaid for Hughes, and they're not happy about losing him. There you go. I don't think management would take Rossi if he wasn't close to being ready to play. Yeah, that's a fair point. Do you put him straight into our number 1 center spot? Is that where you guys would put him right now? Or would you guys slow roll him on the wing here? Besser and Garland might have some remorse. We'll see if Garland gets traded or not soon. I can see a world where Sherwood was re-signed to be captain for a stretch. I can see a world where they re-sign him too, because he's a big leader of our team and he is a big part of our team. But if they want to take a proper rebuild seriously, you got to trade your UFAs for draft picks, right? If they want to go that route. If you have time this weekend, please throw a hype video together for new thing. Will do. It was Hughes and Foote who had lunch with Miller. There you go. I'll put Rossi on 1C until PD is back 100%. There you go. I think Besser and Demko and Garland all resigned, probably knowing there was a chance that Hughes would leave. Good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. We were all concerned about Besser going to Minnesota. Ends up, yeah, go figure, right? Good point. 1C, no. 2C for now. If only I take a period to find out how he runs on that line. It's good to bump him 1C until PD is ready. Yeah, well, he's not going to be our permanent 1C, right? PD's going to be our 1C. The question is, do we want to just put him straight into the 2C spot and kind of roll with him? Or do you want to kind of slow roll him? He's coming off an injury, right? Do we even know what kind of an injury it is? Does anybody know? Plugs into 1C right now. Upper ceiling low on 1C. Apparently, it's been in works. Yeah, so what happened is, from Jim Rutherford, basically he went out and he said that, you know what, I can probably bring it up. Let me bring this up for you guys. Some juicy stuff here. There's some juicy stuff. Oh, you guys are going to love this. All right. Just give me 1 second. My stream might freeze for a second. And the last one is here. All right. So our boy Canucks News Summaries went out and he got the whole Jim Rutherford interview, and it's an absolute doozy. If you haven't seen it or listened to it, my goodness, listen to it. But we have it right here. Canucks News Summaries, go give him a follow on Twitter. We actually just did a video on Alvin, Elliot Friedman, and there's a lot of stuff there. What's up, Doodle? Oh, what's up, Doodle? What's up, Canucks Uncensored? Nice to have you, man. Yeah, Coots could be coming in as well. That's a good point. Yeah. What's up? Nice, man. Nice to have you. All right, let's see what Jim Rutherford had to say here. I did listen to it in full, so let's see what you guys think. This is some juicy stuff, man. There's a lot here. All right, so the thought process about trading Hughes has been going on for a while. Had an indication that Hughes was probably not going to re-sign for about a year and a half, but didn't have anything concrete until around training camp, where it looked like close to 100% that he wouldn't be staying. In order to have leverage, they felt that doing a trade in December or January would give them the most leverage. Process of trading him away starting a couple of weeks ago. Devils were a potential team that were trying to trade him in the East so he could be closer to his brothers and family. Different teams inquired and made offers. In the last 5 to 7 days, the Wild wanted to get involved, even though the odds were against them, because Hughes wanted to go East, wanted to keep them in mind what Hughes wants. The Wild offer was clearly the best one. Went through the process of giving other interested teams another chance to increase their offer and check if Hughes would go to Minnesota. Hughes felt that the Wild were a good fit for this season. Difficult to trade him because he's one of the best players to play for the Canucks. Have to respect what Hughes has done in Vancouver and that he could choose where to go in free agency. He believes that they have been in a rebuild for a little while, but this move gives them some really good young players. The trade may not change the team in the next few months or even for the rest of the season, but that doesn't have to be a full-blown rebuild that take 5 to 7 years. Are going to get a really good player at the draft. They think they can turn the Canucks certainly in the next couple of years. So that goes around that window that we were talking about, guys. That 2 to 3 year window, right? Future honestly looks bright. Now we don't need to worry about Quinn. Yeah, fair enough. Sad losing. Of course it's sad. Yeah, man, it sucks. Yes, he did say the rebuild word. Quinn suffers a season-ending injury before season's end. I hope not, man. I really hope not, man. I hope he does well over there, man. I love Quinn, man. I have his jersey, man. I have a picture of, look at it. Look right there. It's Quinn Hughes as a golden doodle that my wife got me as a present on one of my birthdays as a side present. Look. You see it? You see it? Oh, you can see it better like this. Look. In a way, they're a part of me relieved this whole saga is over, actually. As much I would rather have Hughes make desperate moves and one player is the answer. The fresh part might be needed for all involved, and the U25 players and team are exciting. I love that post, and I agree, man. I agree wholeheartedly. I think this is the best thing the franchise could have done. I think that's pretty fair to say, honestly. Truly. Facebook Marketplace is flooded with his jersey, apparently. We're pretty close to trading him prior to the Wild getting involved, but there were some things in the team's offer that didn't work for the Canucks. No one else came close to the Wild's offer. You guys believe him? Can't have all young players on the roster. Veterans need to have character players that will mentor the young players. I agree. Majority of people they add going forward and will be younger. Most of his conversations were about Hughes' agent was told at some point in the offseason that it was highly unlikely that he was going to sign an extension. He wanted to be closer to his family, wants to play with his brothers at some point. There was the time that they were 100% sure he couldn't be convinced otherwise. Hughes' side didn't ask for a faster timeline on a trade. Was clear it was getting harder for Hughes on the ice knowing where the team was on the ice. Doesn't know what would have happened if Quinn Hughes said he didn't want to go to Minnesota. Rutherford's job is to do what is best for the Vancouver Canucks, despite him always wanting to do what's right for the player. Was worried for a number of months that they would not get good value for Hughes. Scary, right? Have tried to get Rossi for a long time now. Bouillon is a special player with a very high ceiling. Ogren is still developing, but could become a regular player for the Canucks at some point. Garland, Besser, Hronek are still relatively young players. Have built a fairly good group of younger players. Don't need to go on a full-blown rebuild and trade everybody. We'll trade some players to get more draft capital. Not going to shop. One sec. I got to move that comment away for a sec. Not going to shop their own first rounder to add a player. If a team has a really good young player that's in their mid-20s or younger, they'll consider trading the pick. But they're not looking around to flip the pick. That is super important. Wow, that was a lot. Oh man, where do we start? Let's start at the ending there. If a team has a really good young player, that is in their mid-20s or younger, they would consider trading the pick, but they're not looking around to flip that trick. So they're basically saying, give us something of serious value or we're going to make the pick. It's a deep draft, right? And they're not going to shop their own first rounder to add a player. That's very good news, right? So those are some of the big things, man. The part where it doesn't know what happened if Hughes didn't want to go to Minnesota. Rutherford's job is to do what's best for the Canucks, despite him always wanting to do what's best for the player. Was worried for a number of months that it would not get good value for Hughes. What's your guys' thoughts on all that? Facebook is marketed flooding with his jersey. See, my current does with COVID. Okay. I believe they told Quinn a few weeks ago they're a rebound. He wanted out. First game Minnesota plays in Vancouver next season is going to be tough. Are they playing? Are they not playing the Minnesota Wild again this year in Vancouver? Was hoping to see Quinn with Ovi. That would be nice too, right? Hey, Tiger Man, first time I believe you're in here. Welcome. Subscribe if you guys want to be a part of this community. And there's many ways of contributing. If you guys want to come and contribute, that would be absolutely amazing. Where are we here? Scroll up. One sec. My mouse is glitching out. So it happens when I've been on my computer pretty much since I got off work. Where are we here? Where are we? Oh, right here. There we go. All right. I like the assets. Obviously, Canucks fan will feel negative at first because you traded the franchise guy, but I'm optimistic. Yeah, man. I agree wholeheartedly. Sith, since the word is in a rebuild, not going into a rebuild, I think if they're going to go and try to trade for draft picks, and they mentioned that now in the interview, that's like they're rebuilding, right? It's you can say whatever you want. They're rebuilding. They don't want to go say we're going to do the letter thing like Rangers did for whatever reason, but it's a rebuild, man. It has to be, unless they go and trade these picks for players. It's a rebuild. I just find a hard time. It's not. Devils had an issue with the cap, but they tried. I believe Minnesota gave the best offer. I agree. Louis says, I want to lose this year bad and be the absolute bottom of the league for a top pick, but I'm scared that the young guys will lose confidence in the rest and development. If that takes getting Gavin McKenna, I'm willing to get the young guys have a hit in their small development for a year, because I think the upside is bigger than that. But I don't want them to lose every single game. I want to cheer them on, and I hope they play well, right? But, like, we're not going to win a lot of games, man. We just traded the second best defenseman in the league. This is going to be a tough sledding for the rest of the season. And maybe they'll get a bit of a boost at the beginning, but we're going to be picking in the bottom 5. I would be stunned if we're not. Or we'll go on a 15-game win streak. Keep Kane as a vet. Touch the young not to get pushed around and take shit. Also, how to lead the league in penalty minutes. Another question is, will they actually keep first? Yes, I hope so. Well, fucking he has to, but the reason he's out lower body. Sorry for missing. Oh, okay. Bouillon models his game after Hughes. Well, it's a pretty good player to model. Man, I wish we had a player like Quinn Hughes, eh? Don't worry, we have a tank. Who's our tank commander? We have Kempner in here too, man. What's up, Kemp? Nice having you, buddy. Nice having you in here, man. Pleasure. Detroit, Ref Trev. Detroit have 19 to 18-year-old prospect I'd flip the pick for. Detroit wouldn't, though. Well, the Detroit's would probably have to go with probably like Danielson, Sandin, Pelika, Casper in a first. I think that would be something of equivalence. What's up, Kempner? That's smart of the management. What's up, King? I don't think I've seen you in here either. Nice to have you in here, buddy. We have a lot of new faces in here. Wow, we have 541 people combined on Twitter and YouTube. 541. Holy shit. Consider becoming a subscriber. All 541 of you guys. That'd be great. Red Wings weren't willing to part with Danielson. I can believe that, to be honest. Hey, Ref Trev. They play the Wild in Minnesota on April 2nd. Okay, that'll be an interesting game. They play in Minnesota in April later in the season. Rossi Revenge Tour. Game versus World is in Mini. Robbery by Jackknife. First time I've seen you in here. Welcome, man. Robbery by the Canucks. Hughes is not a top 10 D-man right now. Oh, I would not agree with you there, Jackknife. That is a hot take. I know he's not putting up the points as usual, but his analytical numbers are wild, and he has the history. I still believe he's the second best D-man in the world, man. I truly believe that. They should change the opening video now to have Flus fly away and leave the team. Yeah, what are they going to do with that opening cinematic video? They have to edit that somehow. That's funny. I hope they play well and lose. There you go. Now, that's what they did last game, right? Q is not a real captain. He led the worst NHL dressing room in history. Ooh, Jack is not a happy Quinn Hughes fan. I'll tell you that much. But thanks for your opinion, Jack. I appreciate it, man. Canucks go 35-15 starting Sunday. There you go, man. 116-point pace to make the playoffs. I'd trade first overall for something like Misa or James Haynes. See, this is what I mean, right? Bedard or Celebrine or something like that. Yeah, it's possible, but it's very, very unlikely. Like, I would say 99.99999999999%. It would be hilarious if we made the Wild. I thought our tank commander was Louis. Where is he? Louis the Logger. I thought Louis the Logger is our tank commander. We gotta assign a tank commander in this chat. Who wants to be the tank commander of the Vancouver Canucks? Put your hand up. Louis, I know you want to be the tank commander. Tank commander Foot. Watch us go on a win streak now. Very possible. What's up, Hans? Savage to come out and say no one came close to the Minnesota offer. That's kind of like a shot too, right? Foot is our tank commander. Take so hot it gave me a sunburn. There you go. Was the first pick protected? No. Isn't that fantastic? Not protected. So if you want to cheer against a team, cheer against the Minnesota Wild for the rest of the season. That's what we're going for. That's good. I don't. Sorry, Quinn, man. I still love you, buddy. I hope Minnesota loses every game for the rest of the season. Fuck yeah. That'll be great. All this to overshadow the real blockbuster today, Jari to the Oilers. Yeah, the Oilers finally got a new goalie, and they got Jari. Out of all that 3 years, and they got Jari. Skinner started to play really good, too, recently. Tank Commander Ashura. There you go. We got one vote in. If not predicted, watch Kaprizov get injured the rest of the year and Quinn Hughes choke lottery pick. I don't want to see anybody get hurt, man. I never was a fan of that. All right. We have 42 votes now in the Quinn Hughes poll question. Let's see where it ended. Come on. Why is the results not posting? There we go. There it is. Do you like the value we got for Quinn Hughes? The fans have spoken. Yes, 79%. No, 21%. So a majority of the people in here do like the trade for the Vancouver Canucks. Funny enough, like the value. Funny enough, I went out to the NHL subreddit, and Wild and Canucks fans are both upset about the trade. It usually means it's a good trade, by the way, if both teams are upset, right? And for the rest of the NHL fan base in the comments, we're shocked at how good the Canucks haul was. I'm getting that consensus everywhere, man. Canucks forum, like that other forum, HF Boards is basically saying something similar. I see Reddit saying something similar. Yeah, people are pretty happy with what we got for a thing, but they're sad that Quinn left, right? Were you in the belief that Quinn was a good captain? I tend to believe his most skilled player shouldn't automatically be a captain. Oh, give me some time to think about it. There was ups and downs. I think he handled himself pretty well overall, but, he does deserve at least some of the blame, for all the issues we've had in the locker room. Like, he's the captain, right? He gets some blame. You can't completely make him blameless, right? I think overall, though, he's handled himself pretty well as a captain. Quinn missed injured for our April 2nd game, and he won't make it out of the first round. Ooh. I hope the Wild lose ever get us top 10 pick with the lottery. Imagine we get both McKenna and Lawrence. There you go. The dream. Curious who the prospect was. The Cap offer Hudson, McMichael, and 2 first-rounders. Not sure. There's that. Don't they have what's his name? Protas' whatever. Is it Protas' brother or something? He's a massive guy. But if they mentioned him, that he would have been mentioned in that deal, right? So it's probably just some mid prospect. But you know what's funny? I like Cole Hudson. I think he's going to be a really good player. McMichael's pretty good too. He's having a bad year this year, but 2 first-rounders is always nice, right? We got McKenna and Hughes back 2027. It's all his plan. Oh, there's the master plan. Quinn comes back, signs with Vancouver. We got all the picks, prospects, and we roll it back. A true captain move by Quinn Hughes. What a guy. That might be my favorite post so far on YouTube. Good shit. That was fucking great. Our blue line is going to suck even more. You know what? We're struggling. I think our blue line is going to be fine, man. We have a lot of good young guys. It's obviously we lost a massive piece in Quinn Hughes. We're going to have to play better as a team defensively. Great haul, but we lost Hughes. What's the overall number, overall pick number? It's going to be around 20th, I would say, right? I think around 20, maybe 22nd, 23rd in that range is where Minnesota's going to probably pick, or we're going to pick now. So we lost no matter what. Most fans that understand hockey are happy about the value of the trade. A Wild pick is in the 26th right now. Okay, so I guess maybe it's a little worse than I thought. Pick 25th currently. Okay. Yeah, so they'll probably win a few more, maybe around 25, 26 then. It was Protoss. Thank you. For example, I don't get the sense Matthews is an amazing captain. I'm not sure. Can you imagine we got better with him gone? I can imagine the Canucks winning 20 games in a row because life as a Canucks fan is very much unpredictable. It's incredibly unpredictable being a Canucks fan. Let's be honest. While probably play Dallas or Colorado first round, it could be the 18th to 20th pick. Oh, very, very interesting. Ilya Protas, thank you so much there, Jackknife. All right, let's get to the third part of this Rutherford interview. The memo was more about telling the league, no, they are open for business with their UFAs. Wasn't meant for everyone, especially about Hughes. Was quiet for a couple of weeks on Hughes, and then the calls started coming in. Alvin had a lot on his plate, so he asked Rutherford to help with the Hughes trade negotiations. Has been 1.5 to 2 weeks. Then trade conversations around Hughes really opened up. Some other players might get traded too, which is a big point, man. Like, we're going to start ripping trades now left and right here. And that's good, man. Stockpile. That's what I want to see now, right? Was quiet for a couple of years on Hughes and then started coming in. Alvin had a lot on his plate, so he asked Rutherford to help with the Hughes. Come on. I call shenanigans on that one. I don't believe that. What do you mean? Yeah, right. Has been 1.5 to 2 weeks when trade conversation really opened up. It opened up right when they mentioned the whole veteran thing, right? That's when the talk started coming out. Right? Protoss would be something to go for. Petey started ripping up with how Hughes wasn't JT, and Quinn holding Petey back. Well, I don't know about that. But Petey has Wild's pick at 26 right now. That would be epic if he came back. Legend if he did, right? I love that post so much. That's a Hall of Famer. I need to screenshot that one. I'm going to screenshot it. Where is it? I'm screenshotting this one. I'm going to remember this one. That's a Hall of Fame. I'm going to call it Hall of Fame. You know what? I'm going to make a folder. Hall of Fame posts. All right. I made a Hall of Fame post folder now. if it gets me, I put that in there. You're the first person in the Hall of Fame. That was a great one. Need to name a new captain for closure. Myers my pick. I can definitely see Myers if he stays longer, not for just a couple years. I don't see the point. Also, management is solid on Sherwood being worth a first or a prospect in your job. I think Sherwood might even get traded within fucking the next week. Very big possibility. I want to know who else is on the block. Kane, Sherwood. I heard Joshua, Drew O'Connor, Reichel, but no one's going to take him back, right? And then Garland, there was rumors, but I just don't see that happening. And we're probably going to hear veterans' names that maybe want to leave after this because they don't want to be a part of a rebuild. But first minimum, what would you do to pick the trade with Sherwood? I would do that, of course. 100%. I like McMichael, but they wouldn't do it. I'll be happy if Wild's pick ended up being Jorek. Really good center. How do you say his name? Vigo? I don't know too much about him. I'm not a draft expert. I'm going to have to get some draft experts on to our shows. Talk about him. I'm going to see if I can get Cam Robinson. I'm going to hit him up tomorrow or maybe the next day. See if he wants to join us. Really good center. Plus his brother is on the team. There you go. Interesting. Alvin got Rutherford to do his homework. Alvin asked Rutherford to step in and give his father-son vibes. Yeah, servant. Dad's help. Low-key Canucks play a better team game without Hughes. You know what? That's a fair take. But, you know, it's Quinn Hughes, man. We're not going to be better without Quinn, though. But I understand the take. It is true. Like, it feels that way anyway. Quinn being a double agent for the guy would be crazy. Spent as the greatest captain in NHL history. He'd be traded for an amazing haul, re-signed for agency. Fuck, that would be so funny. It's not gonna happen, but it'd be funny. Besser over Myers for C. Yeah, I can see that. I think it's gonna be one of the two, or maybe even Garland would be an interesting choice. Willander or BRC. Grave of the media. Too early. Sith, yeah, LOL Hughes, and let me speed up this rebound. Go win a cup with Minnie, then come back. Oh, if he wins the cup, that would be great. He comes with the cup. All right, guys, thanks for the trade. Let me just go relax, Mac. Go back to Vancouver for all my friends and family. Oh, minus his other family out in New Jersey. But hey, we're not talking about that right now. Unfortunately, I think you are correct. Sherwood's gone within a week or so. Gar and Besser made captain. They're both resigned and good leaders for the. By the way, any Friday, if you have a Friday, try to keep your times open between 3 o'clock and like 5 or 6 o'clock. Because I swear to God, man, all the trades happen around that time. I swear. Sherwood for the first and a prospect. I hope we get... I think just the first, I'd be okay with it. I hope we get Manny's kid with the Wilds pick. Interesting. Jork is a top 10 pick, ranked like 9th. No way Wilds pick becomes that unless the Minnesota Wild go on a massive losing streak, baby. Yeah, I would be happy with Caleb Malhotra too. There you go. See, we got some drafties in here. Huge future C. Possible. Visually, the team won't have Hughes or Narayan. Probably look better team for a while. I think it's going to look fine for a little bit, and then it's going to slow down. Hronik as our C. Possible, yeah. Hughes. Coots is future C. Hey, I don't think I've seen you here before. Whenever I see someone new, it's always nice. Because it's like, I like the guys who come in here. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's always nice to have more people. KCSHFL. Welcome, man. Nice to have you here. Subscribe. That would be great, man. And nice to have you here in this community, man. Pleasure. Does the Wild Pick have any type of protections? No, they do not. Fantastic. No, but Tank is ranked 15th to be fair. And I mean, Victor Eklund was ranked 9th last year. He went 16th. There you go. Fair enough. Quinn's tank. What a lad. That's about it, guys. I think we covered it all. Well, that was a hell of a stream. Biggest one we've ever had by far. Thank you so much for each and every person that hung out with us. Thank you so much for all the people that left comments. Everybody that liked this video. All the new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, be a part of this community, man. It'll be great to have you. It would be amazing to have you guys, man. We do this all the time, regularly. It'll be great to have you guys. Always a pleasure hanging out, talking some hockey. I'm going to do this literally for the rest of my fucking life. So you might as well get in early. All right, guys. Have a lovely evening. And tomorrow, look out for a video with me and Canucks News summaries. Thank you so much, Jack. We're going to have one, and I'm also going to probably make a video on the Jim Rutherford interview. Also, we're probably going to have more news videos coming out throughout the week, but I am working tomorrow from 9 to 5, so there's not going to be anything unless I schedule something. I do something tonight and schedule it for tomorrow, all right? So look out for those videos. Hype them, like them. Love you guys. I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome evening. Jacob Doodle out. Is that cool to say? Jacob Doodle out? Or is that lame? It's probably kind of lame, right? Oh, whatever. Jacob Doodle out. Probably pretty lame, right?